party like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third episode of Two Fun Guys. I'm your host, Jessup. With me, as always,
Johnny Terror. How's it going?
and today we have a very special guest, Mr. Drumm.
Hey, everybody.
Give us a little brief introduction of yourself. Tell us who the fudge you are.
Who you is.
I am your friend. I have known you guys for a few years now.
Mhm.
Came out of nowhere. Could have been a cop. Nobody knew.
Could've.
Yeah. Could have been a CIA agent.
I've been watching you the whole time. So.
Good. He does inhale. I'm out here. I'm really excited about this just because I'm addicted to podcasts.
We're
now.
excited to have you out here.
Yeah.
Since we've been starting this, we've been talking to you about it. So,
Dude, it's
good to have you on it.
It's great to have you out.
Judilla got me hyped about it, watching an old Joe Rogan like 2 years ago, and then I just started watching all of his guests' podcasts,
Yeah.
like his reoccurring friends, and they're even funnier than he is. And then I started like thinking about how much I agree with these guys, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm either an asshole or a comedian, and I just don't know it yet.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
Exactly. Fucking, because I'm not from California, and those dudes are assholes about being from California. If you're from anywhere else, why do you live there? It's like, it's family, I guess. I don't know. My people.
I've never been out there.
I've never been to
I wanna go out
California.
there,
I've been
though.
to
Well,
the
no,
West Coast.
I'm saying the people I watch online. I'm sure
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
from California is fucking tip top people, dude. Tip top homies. But this year we, my girlfriend and I, Adriana, we're really pushing the whole Soul Tribe promotion and production thing, and I'm going to talk a lot about that today. A lot about
Bitchin'.
some of the events we have coming up, some of the things we
Good.
want to
Yes,
do.
please.
Fire spinning and music wise. There's a lot of new talent, I think, coming out of Dayton musically,
Absolutely.
and a couple bands not so much getting back together, but getting back at it. Because, like, I mean, if you're not a professionally touring band, everybody takes a long break
Absolutely,
sometimes.
dude.
You know?
Absolutely. Especially if you're like a local thing.
Yeah,
You're just
people-
doing your passion.
Yeah, and people have kids, and
Yeah.
And that's
people
why
move.
That's why I like Dayton, though. There's so many projects going on, be it just in the art scene in general, be it music, be it flow arts, visual arts, like all of that. There's always something going on here. So it's good to have someone on here now. Like our last guests were from a band, and they've been in multiple bands.
That was a good
Matt
one. I really
DJ'd
liked
and stuff.
Matt.
So I mean,
really like listening
yeah,
to
you know,
Matt, and you guys should have him on. all the
definitely, yeah.
time.
He's got that that Dayton,
Yeah, that wasn't
scene,
even
Dayton
playing.
vibe.
He's got the knowledge. He's got
Yeah.
the knowledge of what's going on. Because I said to you guys earlier, I was like, I've really realized that 2 years ago, I would have thought we were the hippest cats on the block. And then even myself, even more for going out and spinning. And then I look at the music scene now, and I'm seeing all these kids in colleges that don't go to our music festivals, have no idea what a Fish song even sounds like or whatever, you know what I mean? And they're playing psychedelic jazz rock up at Hannah's on
Yeah.
a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And like there's
Yeah.
like 17,
Dude, there's-
18-year-old, 19-year-old people just hanging out watching a band for the pure sake of it's something new, fresh, and doesn't sound like the normal stuff. But
Absolutely.
I've noticed now that I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on with like a handful of people and my friends and the music I like, but there's so much more going on that isn't tied to.
It's coming in fast.
Yeah, and like we used
super
to
fast.
be into the EDM scene, and I mean there was the scene before we even got into it. I was in it a little later than you, and like you were saying, now going to those shows, it's just different. You know, there's the younger group. I feel like the old person now at these shows watching this like new wave of people, you know, create and push their own
A lot
selves
more
out
producers, a lot
And
more
it's-
original production
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
at those shows, like than the mixing that was there before. And I'm a,
Well, we all, I feel like,
100%
because
not
of the generation we're in and the tools and, you know, technology that we have, we can all kind of create whatever our passion is relatively easier, and we can promote it then. And I think that's the big difference now than it was, is being able to promote. Like there was always, especially in the city, there was always, you know, in the underground, people creating. But now the accessibility to promotable material is so heavy that it's nice. You have a lot of shit along the way, but that's with everything, and I think that's needed because you learn and grow from it, you know.
It's the future of capitalism too. Like as everything becomes automated, the only real commodity you're gonna have is entertainment. And until
That's very true.
Yeah, always gonna be.
That's
and
very true.
Everyone's gonna go to humanity for entertainment. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of entertainers now. Like everyone's a friggin' entertainer. It seems like we're doing something
But
for entertainment.
that's a
for
good
fun
thing
right now.
though,
Right now,
because
yeah.
people are entertaining as a
I don't know,
whole.
did
Like
you see
even just
Idiocracy?
yes, no,
Everything was entertainment because it's all automated.
no, you're right. But I mean, like I get entertainment just from. I think one of the reasons I
Artistic
wanted to do this was
entertainment,
just
you
like
know,
just talking to him, or like
thought-provoking
hanging out and smoking with my dudes and stuff. That in itself is entertaining. So hearing other people do that and on a more professional level is obviously
Yeah.
going to be entertaining.
Like they say, it's literally sitting on the stoop, like we were earlier, smoking, wrecking, sipping, just chilling, like just kicking it
living life.
on the fucking stoop.
It's been a minute
Living
since
life.
I've been able to kick it on the stoop.
Yeah,
Dude, it
some
was
East
dope.
Side
Yeah,
stoop
yeah,
kicking.
yeah.
I
love
get that
East
from my
Side.
Flores
Hard as
friends.
fuck.
I can hang out with a bunch of stoop kids out in the fire circle, and they're ratchet.
It's
I love
good
it.
though, dude. It's good. I don't know. Soup's comfortable, but you're still enjoying what's out there in the real world.
Yeah, doesn't let you relax too much if you have to get up quick and run.
Yeah,
You know,
I like it. You can stay dry.
stay dry. Yeah. Cover
So,
stoops.
what is Soul Tribe? You want to go ahead and explain that to us?
That's a complicated and long story.
All right.
Not really, but so
Break it down.
several years
Break it
ago,
down.
a few of my friends got together and wanted to help their band friends out and just wanted to throw good shows like every other good promoter. Laughing Sam was great at it. EP's great at it, and even Team Kenny Production. I'm giving him a shout out. He's been doing very well. He threw the pigeon show we were all at and the winter workout. Team Kenny,
yeah.
good for them.
Winter workout was great.
Yeah, good for the
Fucking
workout.
great.
Good for what they're
Had a
doing.
really
Soul
good
Tribe
time.
wants
I
to
was
spin at
working
the
hard that
workout.
day.
So if
Got
you
the-
hear
I didn't
this,
make it.
I'd never been, and I was thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed.
I've never been. I was
it's a
wanting to
good
go. It's a
time.
good lineup.
We're trying to host their fire circle and bring in some national touring talent and blow some minds out there because there's a lot of great fire spinners in Ohio that have been doing
Yeah.
it forever. But we're losing some members of the team to the Gathering of the Juggalos this year. And
Like they'll be performing?
they're going there.
yeah.
Oh.
Rift is performing at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year. So if you're a Juggalo, go check them out at the. I can't remember what they call it. It's something
venue?
bizarre. No, what their tent inside, like the whole production inside of it. But the Rift kids are Juggalos, so this is their dream.
That's awesome for
Yeah,
them. Then.
Yeah, good for
Hell
them.
yeah, dude.
They did it several years back, I guess, several years back. But they got the nod again this year. But anyway, so back.
Yeah.
So. Drudilla, shout out to Drudilla and Vanessa. They got together and started. They booked a couple shows. I think 1 or 2 shows with like Boogie Matrix and Treehouse and
Very
Willie
nice.
Clark. That's honestly, I think the first time Willie Clark had a professional name on a flyer was a show Drudilla threw back in 2014. I think. I don't know. We'll have
Okay.
to fact check.
I wouldn't
that.
mind. I haven't talked to him in a while.
He has a new
Yeah.
band, Willie Clark and the Trap Lords. Trap spelled with a V
Really?
instead of an A.
Okay.
Yeah, in Columbus.
Same kind of feel as he
Very
was, do you know?
nice.
I have no idea. I've not seen it yet. I saw him somewhere in Columbus in the last 3 weeks, but it was literally in passing. Might have been the Zoo Trippin' show. But so I got out of 2-year sabbatical. No, 1-year sabbatical away, learning some crazy shit about myself, and basically a health camp.
There you go.
Yeah. And I got out and
How did you come out? Healthier?
balling, son. Out of control.
Very. That's what I like to hear.
I had abs. It was awesome. But
Adam,
Drudilla was like, dude, the concerts went great, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I want in on this. And I happened to go see Tropodelic, and we saw Zoo Trippin' for the first time. I met my girlfriend of 3 years for the first time. I love you, AJ. And I was like, dude, I can do this. I can put little shows together.
Yeah.
And Soul Tribe was an outlet for that. And then everybody kind of outgrew it. Not outgrew it, but had other stuff going on. I just continued to book bands, promote shows, use it as a branding. It's almost like that garbage. It's honestly, you can take Soul Tribe and put it synonymous with Kardashians, but in a positive sense,
Okay.
Like if they're like the little devil on your shoulder, we're like the little angel on your shoulder, obviously.
Pushing people to go to their creative kind of.
No, not to be a dick, but yeah. But no, Yeah.
I don't
So
smoke, dude.
basically,
Oh, we're all lighterless.
What kind of life we live in?
AJ, do we have a lighter? I might
Technical.
have one.
Oh, I got one. All right, here we go.
Technical difficulties. Edit that one out. We got to be better than that.
Oh no.
But no,
We keep the raw in, dog.
it's a promotion company, you know, for, like you said earlier, our friends' cool shit, our cool shit, what we're doing. My girlfriend and I, Soul Tribe, all of us in it, just got sponsored by Miss Fancy Pants, the Patchworks.
Oh, yeah.
My rainbow
Yep.
clothes you see me wear.
Which are
Very
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
Very, very rad.
You know, so we're if you go to Miss Fancy Pants on her Etsy page, check that out. And it's the Miss Fancy Pants, I'm sorry. Use the code Soul Tribe at checkout, and
Hell yeah.
we get a part of that. We get to vend clothes for her, you know, it's stuff like that.
Get her name out and about.
Yeah, we're out here promoting
Everywhere
Alan's
you
t-shirts.
go.
Our friend Alan's
Fuck
started
yeah.
tie-dye and stuff.
Yeah, they're
Dark
fucking
Matter
sick.
tees.
Dark
I haven't
Matter,
seen
you know?
those.
They're good.
Very
He's
cool.
pretty cool.
Really?
Very cool. Yeah.
Nice. I like a
he's
good
doing
tie-dye.
good.
Yeah,
I
check
really
him
do.
out.
He skipped a whole like level of learning the tie-dye. Like they learned to tie-dye, but they skipped a whole like, you know, process. So they've stepped up, and now he's got the techniques, and it's time for him to get his voice on it.
That's
You know?
awesome.
Yeah.
Put his voice
Super
out there
That's
as
very, very
colors
cool.
blending, because everybody has a voice when they tie a
They
knot.
have
I
really
guess.
sweet,
Yeah,
like hidden
absolutely.
pictures in the background.
I mean, that
One
makes
has,
sense.
like a really good, almost like a praying mantis looking alien.
Yeah, I'll
in the
have to check
background.
those out because I haven't.
Dark Matter t-shirts, Alan.
Dark Matter t-shirts.
that
Well,
shit
hell
up,
yeah,
son.
dude. So, what will you say? How often are you putting on shows? And are the shows you're doing, are they mostly music? Are you explain
next
like
one?
I think I've played 2 shows acoustically for you guys, and then as well as I've set up some art
That's what it
on
started.
different venues and stuff. So
we were booking shows for our friends and like kind of just finding any outlet we could to expel the money.
yeah,
And then along the way, I was like, one time I did it good at a show, and I was like, dude, we're gonna put this back. We're gonna put this back into Soul Tribe, and then we got the idea for the Circle Circus at Festival of Fire, and so we threw a music fire production, you know, fire spinning production inside the festival, and that's where that all went, and that's kind of what we're building up to now is raising funds to throw. I really want to do an event at. Is it Front Street? The Front Street warehouses. I think
Yeah.
Brett Astaberry has
Yeah.
in a studio there. They have a piece of property out back, and I want to do like an outdoor fire showcase, maybe a DJ for afterwards, and
that
a little
actually
party.
be
Yeah.
really, really neat,
Yep,
especially
on
like
one of
that
the first
area
Fridays.
of town and stuff.
Yeah, because there's no houses around. Like it'd be perfect. We could put it in all the newspapers, all the podcasts, all the radios.
That'd be cool.
And raise some awareness not only for our local DJ friends and how good they're doing. Shout out to Bass Cult. They're getting booked.
Absolutely, dude. They are
everywhere.
doing. They push. They
Yeah,
push
dude,
with what they do.
And
I
what's
will
it
say
been,
that
a
about
year
them.
and a half?
100%.
A year and a half. Mind blowing. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for
Yep.
them.
And they're
Like,
getting people in to play.
If
that
I
are
could do that
very
for
good,
fire
so-
spinners as fast as they've done it for DJs and supporting acts, like it would. I mean, it's a different market, but it would make
it's
me
that
feel 10
motivation,
times.
and then finding that right leaflet into the river as soon as it's flowing by you. You know what I mean? And if you take that jump right then and there, you can with the work they're putting in. You know, they're doing great, and they're building from
and
it.
they're working with top of the line acts. Like it's not. Some of them aren't my style, and people would say, "Oh, the music's low hanging fruit," but it's the fact that they are playing with nationally touring acts,
Yeah.
promoters and producers,
and they're all actually making their own music too. They're not just
Yeah.
push playing, and so it's like, you know, mad respect to Bass Call.
Yeah,
I'd
actually,
actually love to get
That's
some of them on
crazy.
here maybe
Yeah,
at some
absolutely.
point.
Scrat is part
Yeah.
of the family. I found out my nephew was Scrat's best friend growing up, and is actually not gonna marry. I don't know. He's like dating Scrat's sister.
Oh, that's what's up.
Like,
That's crazy.
might get married someday.
Hell yeah, dude.
Scrap might be my nephew.
So what's your ultimate? Do you have like an ultimate goal with Soul Tribe, or
Never
like
stop.
never stop? Just
Yeah,
keep
dude.
doing that. Even
I like
that's
it.
yep.
Madison Square
I've been
Garden,
getting
maybe.
myself into that mode. I just never stop. Just keep going every morning.
Ween
every day.
played or not Ween, but oh damn, I can't remember the name of the band. Oh well, I have a Madison Square Garden joke later. But
That's all right.
I'm excited
Let it
for
go. I'll come
that.
back to you.
I really want to help Zoo
Thank
Trippin'
you.
get as famous as they can. Zoo
You love that
Trippin'?
group.
I love them. I love them as
Love that
people.
group.
Shout out to Zoo Trippin' Music,
them
Zoo
out,
Trippin'
guys.
Official.
Very
One of the
talented
best
guys.
bands in
Very
Ohio
talented.
right now. If you
One of the most alive sets I ever see.
Yeah.
Like those guys give it hard every time. Every time I'm like
Every time.
they end sweating balls, just
Boy.
like half clothed. Fucking
we had a rough one Saturday night. sound issues,
Where
mics
at?
cutting off at Woodlands. Literally, the lead mic, first song, Tony touches it once, and the mic just stops working, and it never comes back.
Rob,
and
kid, I get it, Asher.
he's getting on. He's over on getting on the other backup mic, so the sound guy's trying to check each backup mic as he's jumping from mic to mic, and it's fucking the whole sound and the whole vibe up. And the set was still awesome because they're amazing performers and they're great rock musicians, and they can pull out of anything, which they did. Like, geez. But it's a nightmare when that sound engineer makes a slip. I want to learn to run sound so I can tour with them and be their
See,
sound
I've always
guy.
just thought that would be something interesting to know, but I'm really bad with like learning technologies. But I've always respected sound people. Like, they make your experience that much better.
I am not a sound guy, and I am not a light guy, but I literally stare at these dudes at every show because I've seen all the bands. I see it 1,000 times. So eventually I'm just going to look around the room, and I'm watching some of them. And when you have a band that tours with their own light and sound, it's obviously going to be 10 times the show. But then every once in a while you find a venue that just has a sound guy that can click with any band, no matter who it is, and it comes in. And then you find guys that just, they make up excuses, and it's just hard to...
I like whenever
It's so hard to work with a band when they don't listen to you on stage, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of crazy excuses, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, there's so many different ways to run a sound, like, run a soundboard.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean,
and
that's
I wish
with
every
everything.
band had their own sound guy. I just wish it could be a thing.
I like whenever when the boards where you're able to like walk behind them and see them. I like watching the sound guy or the light guy.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's fucking crazy.
It's just all those buttons.
The cues they
It's
set
its
up
own art
pre-show
form
is
for
what
real.
I
blows
like
my
that
mind.
because whenever a band comes in and the guy's not there, light guy, but he just fucking clicks with them immediately.
So
I always wonder if the light guys listen to the band's music before they show up, and how
I've spent
often.
that entire day listening to their albums.
I would.
There
I
you
want
I
to
feel
know.
like it probably
everybody,
depends on how in it these people like. Is it a
As a
job to
fire
someone,
pro-
or is it, like I said, like an art form to someone? And I think that's going to
If
depend
you watch
on.
the Humphreys McGee light guy YouTube channel, he will like pick certain songs from their set the night before and then go back because he films everything he does on the light board, and he'll go back over it and narrate what he's doing and how he knows
that's
to
awesome.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really cool.
he lets all the secrets go. And
That's
their light
great,
board's
though,
huge.
because I mean that's something that not everybody at all is going to experience or understand. So that adds
Yeah.
a whole new level to the show you're enjoying.
Yeah, because when you watch a light cue, it could be a 13-second movement that you only pressed one button for, or it could be a 3-second movement of 4 lights that you
I
only
was,
press one button for, and you just program.
I was
that
at
pre-
Hannah's for Bass Cold Night, and I was watching their light guy and his board and how he did light and actually it was
So
the
did
visual
they
with
used
the
to do the
screen.
Yeti shows all the time?
No.
Little like squirrely dude, skinny dude.
No,
I got his name. I wanted to get him once.
I know who
The
you're
la-
talking about.
Yeah, the last show you did.
I know who you're talking about. I have pictures of him from a Yeti.
I like
show
watching
in
him
the
because he's
background.
super active.
Yeah.
I don't think he uses a lot of cues. I mean, I'm sure he does, but he was very active on his light board, almost as active as Tyler was when he was mixing.
That's impressive.
Pressing
Ben.
buttons.
That's impressive.
I remember going in.
So would you say over the years promoting has gotten easier, or is each new thing a different kind of like a different difficulty and task in general?
Well, I don't want to sound, and I'm going to, but I don't want to sound narcissistic, but
Go for
it's gotten way easier because I almost don't even have to promote the band because people trust my taste in music.
Okay, I understand that.
Like Cope did the same thing. Cope went out and found amazing stuff for Laughing Sam, and people don't even care who's going to play Maydays or Festivus. They know that anything
because you're
touched-
consistent in
anything he
bringing in
touches is
good
gold.
stuff.
Yeah, anything he touches is going to be a good time.
It's always
Anything he
been a good
touches is
time.
gold.
Well, and it seems like the people that you help promote and stuff are decent people in the long runs, or at least like
That's
at
another
least
thing.
are socially decent people.
I only begun promoting acts and booking acts, which it could have, in the long run, has bitten me in the ass because I've booked acts of my friends that didn't turn out so well for the show or for even my own ears. You
Okay.
know, like thinking what the act I thought I was getting didn't turn out to be what I thought it was. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, because I wasn't throwing maybe once a month like through the winter last year. But this year we're turning up, which we'll talk about that in a second. But we're definitely going to be doing a lot more this year. But it's also become harder because you can't keep repeating. Like, you can always book the same bands over and over and have a good stable, but you gotta move up. Like,
Absolutely,
keeping
you've
the
got to
variety
Justice,
going.
Justice isn't paying bands $200 and $300 unless they're just openers. He's going out and getting hitters.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's why
they're in
all of
large
those
ranges.
shows are always
packed
Fucking
out to the top.
bangers,
Yeah.
You know, like, and a lot of the bands that I'm talking to that could cost sometimes upwards of bands like Tropodelic and Treehouse and stuff. I possibly might lose my ass on because, you know, I might do it in a 100-person room and
So you just
on
have
a
to
Wednesday
really
and no one's going to
know if you're willing to risk that and
If
kind
I
of.
said, do you know who Useful Jenkins is? Do you know?
I've seen them
I
one
know-
time actually.
Yeah, so you know because you've been
Yeah.
at Harmony Park. He
Yep.
doesn't know Useful Jenkins, and like
Very,
I wanted to bring
very
them to Dayton
entertaining.
very
I
bad.
can. They would
You
work
know?
really well if you had the crowd to get there.
Exactly.
And so I understand
Exactly.
in that position, if you don't get the crowd in because they don't know that name, a good band is still going to play a good show. It's just not going to feel that.
And then a venue
vibe.
owner always gets greedy over time. No, I'm not gonna say every venue, but they expect a certain level of performance from you. They think no matter what,
they expect
Yeah.
more every time.
I
you come
have to
back.
do this much money at my bar, or I'm gonna be unhappy.
Yeah.
Like, what? You can't say that. Like, I have
So
to
in
do
that
100
essence,
people at the door, or I'm gonna lose.
You're
Like,
under the same pressures as the bands you're having or the
For-
artists you're having.
and in my position, zero to little reward because I should have made a better contract for myself at the beginning of this and said I
Gotcha.
wouldn't accept anything less. But like, I am a proponent of exposure. I don't care. Street performers perform on the street for free with a hat out.
Yeah,
you know, with no expectations. No street performer says if you stop here, it's $10. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that?
That would
Like,
be a little much.
And
but
they'd
I mean,
run after you, though.
Give me a
They'd run
dollar
after
for
you if
stopping.
you don't give them $1. Be like, excuse me, sir. I will need to retrieve that from your eyeballs. Or what if when your memories are digital?
they
they're
have
just
little
like,
advertisements before
need
the
to-
thing. This street performance is brought to you by.
One day,
Dude,
we'll be able to plug our.
that is a great
consciousness
idea.
in a robot. I believe it.
Side note, I was looking up Boston Dynamics last night because they've created a robot that can basically do what people do at Amazon stores, picking up boxes
Yeah.
and moving them better than
Yeah.
people. And the company that owns them is a publicly traded company, but it's like sketchy as fuck, like penny stock.
Okay.
And I don't understand how that, but it still has, I don't know. I don't know how much you know about stocks, but it has a $50
lot.
I don't fuck
share.
with stocks. With stocks.
Stocks.
With stocks.
Okay.
Don't fuck with.
We,
I don't know,
we's
man.
children.
I'm trying to look for that robotics company, like in
I just like
in
robots.
AI and all that, where if you invest in that one
watched,
first company
yeah,
that gets
and
it
then
right.
boop, 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 boop. Yeah, then you're set.
I watched this video
Then
of
we
this
can
guy saying
circus
that he was a
forever.
time traveler.
Yeah,
and
I've seen
he's
it. I've seen multiple
like
of those.
2046 or something like that, and he said that the world is governed by AI. Like there's just one artificial intelligence, and there's 10 people in the world that fucking
And it's just controlling
listen
them.
to it. And I was sitting there, I was just like, man, I believe that could happen. You know, a robot would probably want the best for everything.
Well,
you know,
that's a god.
in that
And
aspect.
it
I'm
would calculate it for you, or it'd fucking take over.
I don't think they'd
You
be
should
as
watch
evil.
American Gods, dude. It's crazy.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's that show I was telling you about on Stars, and it's like,
I don't remember it.
okay, so they don't really explain any of this either. So this is what I've deduced from it.
All right. Dun-dun.
As people pray
Yeah.
to whatever deity or object or worship is more to the term they used at the beginning. As that happens, as you do something more, eventually a god just manifests from that and is
From like the
personified.
energy sent from like
Yeah.
the praying and okay.
But this all has to do with like the gods that live in America, because there's more than one Jesus. There's a Mexican Jesus,
Yeah.
there's a white Jesus, there's a Catholic Jesus. There's all these Jesuses that exist. Like today, I watched the Mexican Jesus die at the
I
border.
got you.
Yeah, because he was saving people
Interesting.
crossing the border.
Very
but
interesting.
there's a god of technology, or like a personification of the god of technology, and a personification of Lucy Liu, who's like the god of media, because like, you know, people worship their televisions as they stare at the technology in their hand, and
That's
those are the
eerie.
new
It's
gods
fucking eerie.
versus the old gods like Odin and all that.
Yeah.
So it's very weird.
I
So
just-
like for the world to be governed by AI, I don't think it is that far of a cry, because that is society
Yeah, I don't
finally
doubt that.
creating a tangible.
I just know a lot of people
Deity.
are afraid of like AI taking over, and I'm kind of like, I'm not necessarily for it, obviously, but I don't
Is it a
think
tooth?
no, it's a piece of selenite, but citrine. But anyway, I don't think AI would be evil and mean to us because we are people. So we grew up with this history of drama. It didn't, you know what I mean?
The intent of protecting humanity.
Why don't do that?
Well, if then it's going to try to protect
That's
something.
why I just think
right?
it would
Well, I don't know,
calculate the
man.
best outcome just
Or
for what
what if
it
that's,
could.
What if that's the
Like, where
Thanos
it's
option
like,
then?
you know,
Or
What
it
if
could
it's
be
the
like, my
Thanos
best
option?
outcome is just like leave these fuckers alone. Because like I don't go out purposely destroying like creatures that are smaller than me because I can. I know humans in general do, but like as a whole, I feel like individual humans don't. And so I don't see the reason it would be like I'm gonna fucking ruin you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
'Cause if
I'm
it- if it-
pro. I'm
Because
pro
what you just
AI.
said, I'm going to ruin you, that's an emotion and feeling that an AI isn't going to have. They're not going to say I'm going to
Yeah.
ruin you. They're going to say I'm going to correct this, and they're going to do it with.
But I think if it was as
decision.
intelligent as we're putting it as, it would understand that we're a different creature, because by then I'll consider it a creature if it is, we're a different creature. So like
If
the
it can
same as we
figure
leave
out
birds alone and we leave
whatever
this
it is
alone,
we
like
do.
They'll leave us
leave us to
alone.
our natural fuckery.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the idea of
I
AI.
think it's going to try to
I do
tend
too.
to us like we've tried to tend to nature.
Well, then bring it.
Yeah. Fucking bring it.
That I feel like humans show the most that they have
Yeah,
when
but
they're
2047,
when they're in
soon.
against it all.
Yeah. He said that.
That means the changes
in that
are
video,
coming.
he said that UFOs that we see today are time travelers, like just visiting the past.
I could see
And
that.
yeah,
That makes
like
so much sense,
I
dude.
imagine like some
gross.
reckless punks getting drunk, coming here
And
and like
ass raping
and fuck-
people.
those are the hillbillies.
Drugging and Cardi B in them in the fucking cornfield.
Livestock is what it is.
Cornholing them in the cornfield.
But like, imagine like punks
What
being chased
the
by
fuck?
like they get caught by the Air Force chasing them, trying to get out of there, and that's why they disappear. They just
Yeah.
Into a whole nother time. But then they change it. I don't know. Time travel's a sketchy thing. It's a
Well, here's the
it
thing. If
probably
you're just
exists.
visiting scenes in time and there's so many multi-dimensional worlds that they
Yeah.
can split away from each other, then
Yeah.
you will never alter your physical conscious universe. Its
Okay.
timeline was written and is written.
and
it-
so
it
that's
just
going.
happened.
You'll just branch off into those other
Yeah,
dimensional
it'll just be a
universes.
split. Like that's what I got from Rick and Morty. Like if
Yeah.
you go back into time,
Well-
now that moment in time, those people will always remember what you did there. But when you go back in time, everything's still normal.
Did you
because
watch-
You're in your own timeline.
Did you watch the OA on Netflix?
I did not.
It's kind of it goes into that theory a little bit, and same kind of thing like that there too.
So I think
So-
all of this time travel theory is them just getting us ready because they already have viewing
travel?
capabilities, something like that. Viewing time viewing capabilities. When they're just trying to move us through stuff.
See, I
Because
don't
that's-
even know if I'm a real being, so like I can't
What?
get into time travel. Like I enjoy it and it's
Bro.
great, but I can't buy into it.
Adam and Eve are your freaking godparents.
Are they?
thank God.
That's where the term godparents came from. I think.
Is that
Fact check
is that a
that.
fact?
You got to fact check that.
I
You
don't
got the
fact
fa-
check
you're the only one
facts.
to work in
I do want to
college.
apologize to my wrong fact last time. I said grapes explode in the microwave, and apparently they create plasma.
They you can turn
Or
them
you
into a
can see
plasma, state.
plasma?
Yeah, apparently.
I don't understand
That's what the internet
plasma,
said.
so-
I
Thank
haven't
for
tested
those
this.
who.
We haven't
Yeah,
fact
thank
checked
you,
that at
fact
home.
checkers out there.
We'll look it up right now.
I hope they
I'll
did
look it
it
up
at
right
home.
now. So we're hoping. Also, side note: Soul Tribe is hoping to
Yeah.
maybe come on as a supporter of this podcast and maybe be the in-house fact checker for these guys, so they can continue moving on and riffing
Today's
on.
Did You Know brought to you by Soul Tribe.
Yeah, let's just
I like it.
show some support for Soul Tribe out there on the internet. We got friends doing it all over the workout page.
What are
Got
some of your
friends-
pages to go to?
Soul Tribe promotion on Facebook?
Okay. And is that spelled as you would imagine Soul Tribe? Is there space?
Yeah,
Is
but I
there-
forgot to capitalize promotion,
Okay.
You know.
so it doesn't look
It
professional
fucking
yet.
happens.
But like, we're getting there.
What else are you on?
We're in-person kind of people. Like,
On
as
the-
much as I use social media,
In-person kind of people.
yeah,
are
I
a
want
good
to talk
thing.
to you.
Are
I
a
want to
good
shake
thing.
your hand. I want your stepdad, who's a used car salesman, to be my car guy.
Okay.
But I don't want to go. I
My
had to go to a
dad
car
will sell you
dealership and
meat,
get a.
not
I went
cars.
to. Shout out to Wagner Subaru. They got a bunch of freaking deadheads over there, dude.
All right.
Get on over there, tell them the fun guys sent you, and they'll give you
Nothing.
nothing. They'll be like, who
They'll
the
give you
fuck?
a weird look,
Yeah.
like, why are you telling me this? All right.
I call the police.
While you're
yeah.
are you
How
fact-checking
microwaving grapes make plasma?
While you're fact checking that or getting us that, I'm gonna start off the Did You Know segment. You ready for a couple facts here, guys?
I'm ready for it.
All right. Guinness estimates that 93,000 liters of beer are lost in facial hair each year in the UK alone.
I believe it.
So speaking, you've had the whole beer.
93,000 liters?
93,000
How many
liters in the
gallons is
UK
that, bro?
alone.
Could you do that conversion for me?
I believe you're that dude now.
And guess what? It doesn't. When I drink it, it's gone. It doesn't.
See, I have I got like that thin mustache and stuff.
Does that mean people don't suck it out? Like,
No,
I
that's
get
what
the
do.
beer
That's
out of
what
mine.
that's what I used to do. Yeah, that's what I used to do. Like, hang super.
Or it means that, like,
slip it out.
But are people with beards messier?
It goes down like this.
Or it gets caught on the
like, I don't
hairs.
give it, like when I drink, I don't give a shit if it goes down into here. Like, unless it's milk.
Because you got a beard, you're a man. You don't have to give a shit.
Fuck, yeah, I don't give a shit.
That's 24,568.009 gallons.
So if you could save beer
Side note,
and sell it
I think
later.
that's like some
That's
kind of weird
disgusting.
number that has to do with the pyramids.
It probably
Look up Graham Hancock. Graham Hancock. Shout out to Graham Hancock, dude. Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about some crazy numbers. I think 1 over 24,500.
Is that it? Is that the number you just got?
Pretty close.
for beard beer.
Yeah, beer though.
So there's a pyramid inside of beards.
This is just gonna be a deep rabbit hole of me like fact checking weird shit on Google.
I like it.
For
All
2
right.
hours.
Fact number 2. I'm gonna try to pronounce this. Sundoku.
Sudoku. Yeah.
Sundoku.
Is it?
Not Sudoku. Sundoku is the act of acquiring books and not reading them. And I feel like I do this.
That's
I
me,
buy
yeah.
books a lot, and I do read, but I have so many books I haven't fucking even started yet.
I have like 3 books I get into, and then I leave them, and then I play basketball on the video game and look at them. that's about
Like
it.
the last book I read was like a month ago. I finished it about, and it was a Batman book.
You know what I think I'm going to change that will help me a little bit more is not bring my phone in the bathroom and put a book on the back.
Or
like
get
that. I
books
like
on
that.
your phone and have them queued up on your phone.
I'll go somewhere
It gives me a
else.
headache.
Yeah,
I've tried to have
it hurts
books on my phone. I
eyes.
get headaches.
You have to turn the light down.
No, fuck that shit. But
I'd
then
rather
Get a
I'll listen to
Kindle.
audiobooks.
But then I got to get real close. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Is audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks.
Yeah, fucking fist me right here, brother.
I feel like that's not reading though.
It's not.
give a
It's
shit.
listening.
Yeah.
It's listening, but you're
It's like
still
listening to
gaining
a
the info.
podcast.
You're still gaining.
I don't think
the
you're
info.
retaining it the same.
I don't know.
What?
And
I get to
100%
let.
Well, you're
no,
not-
You're retaining it
I
the
get to
same.
let my imagination run without having to worry. You know, sometimes I'll sit there.
I'll
and
read the
listen to it
same-
before
Just
bed.
zone out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sit there. And
I'll read the
think,
same
okay,
sentence though, like 4 or 5
Motherfucking
times.
What do you mean?
How about listening to
'Cause
the
then-
audiobook while watching the movie on mute?
Usually,
That, you know, one of my mom's old boyfriends, he used to watch football with
slow
it
motion.
mute, but listen to it on the radio.
Dude, no. I 100% did
it
that in
was
jail.
crazy.
In prison,
It
that
was
is
crazy different.
because you don't get the same scores on ABC and NBC as you do on the radio.
Like,
the
is one
radio,
quicker,
you get
or,
them.
like-
Well, first of all, the radio, you know exactly what times they run. The TV has commercials and they repeat like the same hot games.
Whoa, I never
all the
thought of
time.
that because I don't sport.
Dude, well,
I guess
it's
I just thought
gambling.
they stopped
That's
sporting
gambling.
when there's commercials.
If you're watching scores, you're gambling. Nobody cares about the fucking score. If you love the sport, you just love your team. If you're watching
I like
scores,
the
you're
way
gambling.
sports gear looks.
Nobody watches to see North Kansas State play Idaho Tech. No,
Idaho
that's because there was a
potatoes.
38-point spread, and I knew that those 38 points were good, dude. You would take
I need
those.
to take you to the fucking casino, dog.
Is this
I'm
March,
ready, but that's not the
March
same.
Madness?
Well, no,
I don't
the
Yeah, I
dog
don't watch
track
college
tournament.
basketball.
Let's go
I
to
don't
the
gamble
ponies.
anymore.
Let's go to the pony track.
That's stupid. I don't
Yeah.
understand
I don't
how you
like.
bet horses.
I think it's weird for
One of the
people to
horses
ride
drowned.
animals.
One of the horses drowned like a week ago.
It's weird to me. Like, I'm gonna get on that beat. That's fucking weird to me.
I'm gonna get on top of
Imagine
that
a
thing.
squirrel just hanging out on your back
the Dayton
everywhere you go.
Casino is they pull people. They don't ride on them. They're like
Oh, and the little 2-wheeled.
it's actually a
wheelbarrow.
rickshaw. It's fucking
Oh,
rickshaw.
yeah,
is what it
it
is.
All right. Groceries in France are forbidden. Hold on. Groceries in France are forbidden by law to throw away the food that they haven't sold. They must donate unused edible food to charities or make sure it gets processed into animal food or compost. I like
Old
it.
story. Everyone should do it.
I like it.
In
yeah.
Colorado, the hippies just go take it out of the dumpster.
Freegans. That's some like freeganism when like all your food comes from dumpster stuff. They do throw away a lot of stuff that's Sad. All right, and
I drank milk last night that wasn't bad until April 2nd, or 2 nights ago, and it was sour as fuck. So I'm
How
done
much
with
like
you
cottage
drink?
cheese.
How much did
like
you
a
drink of it?
sip, dude.
Just a sippies.
Didn't you not
Actually,
smell
no,
it?
that's a lie. It didn't smell, but I had been out all weekend in 3 different states.
So you're just
So,
not. You were ready.
I had sinus issues, but not from like the
And
bad
milk.
stuff.
So do you drink the 2% whole milk, almond milk,
This was
buttermilk?
2%. This wasn't supposed to be mine. I probably shouldn't have touched it.
You're
They
a
probably
fucking
tricked
milk.
me.
So karma.
Yeah,
Karma.
exactly.
Like, oh, you're not drinking your
I
milk.
don't know. I thought it was ours, but we have too
I've
many.
never been
roommates now.
confused about whose milk is whose because I just don't milk. I like almond milk, and then
Chocolate milk, man. I party
You ever had
hard at
banana milk?
chocolate, man. Fuck
You know,
they like mush
sounds-
banana.
you know
oh my
there's-
God, it's so good.
Corn syrup
Funny,
in
right?
most chocolate milk premix.
what?
You know, there's corn
Corn
syrup in
syrup.
most.
No, that, I thought that. I thought that. That's not true. Gatorade does not have corn syrup. So I was talking
has-
shit
it does
to
have
some friends
gators.
at the Squeak this weekend. There is not
Stop killing
corn
gators to
syrup
make
in
Gatorade.
Gatorade. So if you're listening
I like
to this,
it.
I'm sorry. But there still is a lot of sugar in it, and you should cut it with water.
All right, I think this is my last. Did you know? The U.S. military buys copious amounts of liquid ass, a terribly smelling fart spray, to train the emergency medics for the stink of a battlefield. And
My dad bought me some of that on a vacation in
Yeah.
Kentucky at a joke shop once, and I was never allowed to use it again.
It's horrible. I've
Wait,
had it
yeah,
once.
it's
This actual
disgusting.
brand,
It's
and
like a
I've
stink
watched
bomb in a can.
I watched a documentary on this
Liquid
stuff.
farts.
There's like a 10-minute documentary on the 2 creators on like YouTube, and like they made it as a prank thing because that's what they did, and it smells so bad and stuff that they can actually use it in the military because it smells like death and like just
they
Flush people
horribleness.
out. You can
so they
flush
have
people
like,
out of buildings.
so yeah, or they'll make their
Or
medics
torture
and
people.
stuff. They'll make their medics and stuff work around it so that they get used to like not smelling or not like
Death.
gagging at that stuff. But it's horrendous.
That sounds like
guys
some
have
shit from
horrendous.
World War
Smelled
II
it.
in Korea, bro.
guys have
Like,
smelled it?
They still
Well,
make
I have
people
smelled
smell that
before.
now.
And the
What's it
brand is
smell like?
liquid
I owned
ass.
it.
What does it
It's
smell like?
like
Not
like a
there's not
painful
fart.
sulfur. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not even a fart or a poop on the planet that smells like
It's
what
just
this stuff
bad.
smells like. It's like a skunk inside of a hot car on fire with rubber. Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right.
What really freaked me out is I thought I was listening to a podcast that I
heard
wasn't
some-
on.
you heard
and I
some
heard
music.
that,
There's
and
some
I was
music in
like,
the
dude, that's
background.
terrible production level.
Okay, so those were my did you knows
These mics are
of
very
the
good.
day.
These are very good microphones. Like
Yeah, this is
I don't.
a wonderful studio.
I've
Shout
never
out.
used a microphone with headphones on before.
Thanks.
And like
Rob, can you
monitors
shout out
are
the name of
weird.
this place for me? I can't remember. Can you shout out the name of your studio? Oh, say that one more time. Conestoga Studio.
Yeah, shout
I like
out to
it.
Conestoga Studios. That's where we've been recording.
You
Like
can
it here.
also
Real
reshingle your house here.
comfy. There are shingles everywhere.
And get your meat right across the street.
Yeah, actually, East Dayton Meat. Shout out to them because fuck Kroger.
I'm gonna go
and
over
I
there.
did not realize that I could just buy a steak down the street from my house, even though Kroger's closer. Fuck Kroger. But no, good for Kroger, the Walmart of Ohio.
It's the Publix of Ohio.
Yeah.
Or Publix is the
I always like-
Walmart of the South.
I always like Piggly Wigglies.
What do you got
in the
against
South.
Walmart?
The what?
They don't
What do you
sell
got-
walls.
You know why
False
Walmart's so?
advertising, bro.
You know why Walmart's so rich? Actually,
Same Walmart.
it's not the fact that they can, turn over their employees every year and pay them almost nothing, and sell super cheap products,
What is
even
it?
though high quality. It's because they move stuff efficiently and cost effectively.
Oh,
they ship.
okay.
They
So it's
ship-
convenience.
Yeah, they're
Convenience.
logistic wizards. They're better than Amazon. Amazon had to go use the U.S.
Amazon
Post
wishes
Office.
They were them.
Geniuses.
Interesting.
Fucking geniuses. Let's start a fucking Amazon in like Nicaragua.
I'm not starting.
I can-
something like that, man. That should be
Nicaragua. I'd go to
exhausting.
Nicaragua. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
We'll
look at
do it
that,
all
that's it.
remotely.
With
I'll
like
fucking buy
drones. Like it.
I'll fucking buy an island with you guys.
I
fine
would
now.
like to be surrounded by water where no one can really mess with me. That's
But then
a
you can't have
dream.
any natural resources or commodities or people come take it from you because that's what war is all about, right?
People
And love. Do you think
people- I
you
would
think
li-
wars
I'd
are
live
still
on a
based
s-
off love anymore?
I think
back in
wars,
stories.
wars have always
No.
been based on power.
No.
And you can't.
What about Troy? Even though they tried to make it about power and fuck Agamemnon, they knew it was about her.
His attendant.
Oh my god.
Not Troy, Ohio.
I
Troy,
know.
the myth.
The myth.
The myth.
Well, didn't they find
That
the
was
city?
a-
Wasn't there
who-
someone that actually found? They think they found the
Odysseus?
city of Troy.
What?
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
will have
it's
to fact
done.
check that, but
I think they did. I
don't
think
think
they
you
found
can
what they
fact
believe.
check that.
Real quick, since we're talking about places in Ohio, have you guys seen AP Bio on Hulu yet?
Is that what the dude
is it from Ohio?
It's
the dude with-
he's stuck in Toledo.
No way.
Yeah,
dude. So
it's so fun. It's
a real
It's the dude from
weird
Always Sunny, right?
synchronicity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a real
Yeah,
weird
it's-
synchronicity. There's a lot of movies and entertainment stuff that is talking about Ohio
Yeah.
right now.
I love it.
Like,
because it's just the
fucking
middle
weird.
of everything. Like it's one big gray spot.
Columbus was supposed to
Do
be
you
the capital.
remember Super
Yeah.
8, that movie that came out?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's in Columbus.
Yeah.
Right?
And I remember watching that down in Florida, and I was just like, dude, I live right by it, because at the beginning it says train leaving Wright Penn. I was like, bro, I live
Yeah.
right by that shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, did you see the trailer for The Dead Don't Die?
Yeah. Super
it's
excited.
it's a zombie movie with Bill Murray.
I thought Bill Murray
I
was
haven't seen the
dead.
trailer.
Dude, it
How
looks.
dare you
Dude, there's
think-
some Steve Buscemi.
I really did. Like, for some reason, I thought
I
Bill
have a
Murray
Bill
was
Murray
dead.
book. I wish I had it smack you in there.
Is that one of those you haven't read?
Dude, I wish we had
Actually,
No,
Sudoku.
I have gotten at least halfway through it.
That's good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sudoku.
It's just a book of all of his like wacky stories of him just walking.
Yeah.
around and stuff.
I'm
Did you
excited
guys
for
already
the new
talk
movie,
about
though.
the Dragon Ball Broly movie?
The what?
I haven't. I did. I haven't. We talked about Dragon.
We talked
Ball,
about
but I
Dragon
haven't
Ball,
been,
yeah, but-
up to heat on that.
Oh no, yeah, I actually freaked out. That's one of the times I freaked out at my phone when I was listening to your podcast.
At the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, somebody said some crazy shit, and I was
Yeah.
like, I know the fucking answer to that, and I was like, you are not right. I can't.
Yeah,
remember what it
I've
was.
never seen
Everyone
So
around
Dragon
was like,
Ball,
"What are you
Dragon Ball is
screaming
the
at
first
your
one. Dragon Ball Z is the second one.
Yeah,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball GT is non-canonical. I learned that
Doesn't-
word from a bunch of
non-canonical.
nerds.
Does that mean like it doesn't
It's
follow?
not canon.
Okay.
Non-canonical.
What's the point? If you're
What's the point
in
if it's
creating
not
something?
because
Is that
Akira
like fan fiction?
Toriyama is God to some people, and it's like Stan Lee. If Stan Lee said something wasn't canon about the Marvel movies,
Oh, I got it.
okay.
it would have shut that shit down. They would
I
have shut that
understand.
shit down yesterday. If on his deathbed he said Captain Marvel is trash and I will not allow myself to be in it because he was like a woman hater and he didn't believe in female, like,
Yeah.
it would have been a different argument. You know
I
what
got
I mean?
you
Like,
completely now.
like
Okay.
some weird shit would have went down, and Stan Lee's name would have been weird, but they would have listened to him because he probably would have put the weird Excelsior curse on him.
Excelsior.
I just like that he was in. I like that he was in all the movies.
Dude,
Like all those. I
and
think
he's
that was
gonna
really
be
cool.
in Endgame, I think too. I think they shot that, and Ant-Man,
What is Endgame? Oh, yeah.
April 26th. They don't. I'm not even getting
I don't-
paid to say that.
I don't
but
really-
everybody
I'm gonna
should go
wait
see
They're
it.
until it
entertaining,
comes to
but-
Netflix, and then I'll watch it.
So
Yeah.
what?
Until it comes to Netflix, then I'll watch it.
True, because that's going to be a long one too. But I want to see it. This is going to be the first one I see in like IMAX 3D. I think.
Nice.
I've
that's a
never
good
seen
idea.
An IMAX movie like it was entertainment.
Yeah, it's pretty important. So that'd be pretty cool. Maybe. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun.
The only movie I want to see coming up is that one that I was just talking about. I think it's going to be good. And then I don't know of any. What are you breathing over there?
Dude, I will fucking kick you in the throat.
I feel like everybody breathes hard
I'm
into these at least
finding
one
myself
time.
as
when they're
Jessup
on-
called it.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. My bad.
You got
my
to.
bad.
Dude. No,
Keep
it's
going.
good.
You got to realize I listened to both podcasts with a surgical scalpel. Picked them apart.
I hope
I
you're
like
wearing
it. I like
gloves
it.
Oh,
with a fucking surgical mask on.
we have 97 isopropyl and
fucking roommates
71.
talking, and they're like, "What are you?"
That's what you have
about
to use for
operate on?"
contact juggling on fire.
Yeah, you juggle.
I do.
Let's talk about your flow arts.
Oh,
Why
shit.
we got you on here. Tell
How
us what
long-
you
how
do
long
and
you
kind
been
of explain.
juggling?
What is flow arts for those of us
Yeah, explain that.
that don't understand?
So flow arts is the American term for juggling, basically.
Just juggling?
Yeah, because we're lazy and we don't want to practice. No, I'm kidding. So there's when I first got started, there's this always debate: what is the difference between technique and flow? Tech versus flow.
Okay.
And to me, that is, you can learn any technique just screwing around. We will stumble upon it eventually. Whereas if you go in, that's flow. If you go into it with the full intentions of learning a specific maneuver or a specific move with a hand or foot, or
and that's going to be technique.
that's technique.
Okay,
That's
got you.
That's how that was my take on it
Okay.
that I got from it as a mature flow artist now, which I've only been doing it for actually about 3 years.
Yeah, I feel like
Not that long.
when I
Actually,
first
3 years
met you,
this
you
month.
didn't, right?
No.
Because when I
Have
first
you
met
only
you,
been do you only juggle? Is there anything else?
I've only juggled I've only juggled for like a year and a half, 2 years. Like really, I've only been hardcore into juggling almost a year. I went to Flame, which I'll talk about all the FAI events here in a second, but
Please.
there's a festival coming up next weekend in Georgia called Flame, and we went there last year, and I saw staff juggling, 36-inch triple staff juggling,
Like-
so 3 sticks instead of clubs.
Interesting. That's a
And-
whole different ballpark because you got to
Dude,
take
so
length into
what they
consideration.
did
Crazy.
is
I've
they
seen-
took
seen
there's
video
toss
of it on
juggling and
YouTube.
staff juggling. Obviously, there's toss juggling, and that's pretty cool because you can catch either side of the staff. They're both the same. It's weighted perfectly. But they took one specific trick from club juggling or any kind of juggling called shoulder pads, where you hold them in your hand and you place them on either your native side shoulder or your opposite side shoulder, and then you just repeat that through, and then you catch them off of your body. And I was just fascinated with it, and I really got into that. But then I realized I needed to get better at club juggling, and I just
So
man,
do you
I'm
have-
going nuts.
Do you have
So
people
I'm
you look
teaching
up
this
to?
year.
Like I know in
Yeah, for
I
sure.
paint, and so there are like people I watch
have-
online. I'm just like,
I have people I
damn.
look up to. I have people I compare myself to, secretly creating not enemies, but like competitions in my head
That's
with
healthy.
them.
I feel like in
Oh,
creating it is healthy to have
it's fucking crazy.
have a competitor, even if it's
Fucking
just in
nuts,
your brain
dude.
and no one else knows
What's
it.
really
I feel like
nuts
it improves
is
you.
when I hadn't seen a video of one specific person for the longest time because he was working on something and then he went to go work on something else, and he came back and he was literally like just a step ahead of me on exactly what I was working on. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is weird. Like, why am I
watching you.
using these props at the same time as these other people? Because I have everything. I've got all kinds, but I've like recently started spinning poi, which I didn't spin at first.
Yeah,
Started with dragon staff, and
I always
got pretty good at that.
I'm not good at.
I'm not teaching
Not
any
good at
staff
it.
classes this year. I'm teaching all juggling classes this year.
Sweet.
If I would have told
because you
anyone,
teach at festivals,
Did
correct?
you do stuff
This year?
last year?
none. I've never taught.
Oh, you know?
I mean, I've taught at Festival of Fire, but that was like we've through that, so it doesn't
Just
count.
hanging out. with
So I'm like
teaching
I'm
friends.
I'm teaching in Kansas at Equilibrium this year, and in Tennessee at TN Ember.
And do you teach
Ember.
the fire techniques along with it, or do you strictly
Everything
teach?
I do eventually? Yeah, there's a lesson on how because you got to worry about the fire. Club juggling, when you're juggling fire with clubs, it's literally easiest to do right before it gets dark. It's super hard in the dark, or you have to have lights on your handles or reflective handles because you're still juggling in the dark, and that fire plays tricks on your eyes. So
Shoot.
That's crazy.
What are some of the festivals you've actually performed at, and do you have any horrible experiences? Like experience where you're like, God damn, that was the worst, or the venue was bad, or
dude, Lost Land sucks performing at X, even though it's the most I've ever gotten paid, and it's the best music festival to get paid at. Like, it works like this: private events or corporate events, you would make more money at, and there's more
Yeah.
of a market for it. Music festivals, most of the time you're not going to make a bunch of money. You might make some money, but Lost Lands came out and it was like promising the world and $200 a day for 4 days, and then he just worked us to the bone, dude. It was hot in
I
the
like that
sun,
Minnesota.
cold at night. Yeah, shout out to Minnesota, Harmony Park, Wookie Foot, Campfire.
That was one of the best.
Northern
that venue,
Fire
that venue
Dynamics.
is so solid.
love it.
dude. That was one of my favorite parts.
I
about
can't
that
wait.
like
You
the
gotta come
way-
back this year.
I like whenever
Yeah.
residents say like it just the smell that venue, it smells.
Legend Valley.
Mhm.
Nice.
I always hang
I
out
like
under the
Legend-
trees. It
You
just
know,
smells natural.
if you would have never
freeing.
taken me to any other music venue like that has music festivals, I would adore Legend Valley 10 times more. But like you go to other places and it's just small. It's cool that it's accessible. There's a gas station right across the street, but it's tight.
I actually,
man.
the older I get, the
It's tight.
smaller festivals I like a little more. I feel like I can
When
I
I'm
don't
saying the
try to
size of
see
the
everything,
venue,
and I can
the
enjoy
size of the
myself.
venue is small for the amount
For the amount of people,
that
okay.
come.
Yeah.
Residence
I got
is
you.
huge. Residence
I've
is
never,
I
been,
like
I've never
that
been to
venue.
the new place that they're having.
In Pennsylvania. I've never been there either. I'm excited about it though. Slippery Rock.
You took me to my first resonance.
Yeah.
That was a blast.
That's right, that was
It was a
fucking
blast.
baller
We saw
time.
medicine and stuff.
Was
it was
that
a real good
was
time.
that 2014 or 15?
14.
I was there.
Damn,
I'm pretty
dude,
sure
that's
I met
forever
Nasty
ago.
Nate there,
Yeah.
and he does not remember this encounter, but I'm pretty sure he spoke
That's
to one of my
fair.
friends there.
That's
It
fair.
was
Dude,
weird.
so many people are like, have met me at festivals and stuff, and I just don't. I'm always like, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
But so I performed at the Workout, Resonance, Shangri-La, couple years. Where else? Festival of Fire.
Shout out to Festival of Fire. It's one of my favorite festivals.
Yeah, hopefully Kevin gets it in gear and gets it going this year. If not, we'll get her next year. You know,
really?
Hopefully.
Okay,
we'll see.
Did you see they're having Wham Bam this year?
Are they?
Yeah, I've never been.
Hey, dude, that was my first festival. I love it. It's another one of those that it just feels.
I'm glad to see the hands are back at it. See what's going on. Doing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I did a bunch of Ohio festivals, I guess.
Yeah.
Performance wise, I performed for Bone Thugs and Harmony down at when they played at.
That's ill.
Where did they play? The Haunted House place. Down the street. No.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Babe, what was the place of the name of it? Land of Illusions. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't get paid for it. Yeah.
That's still awesome. You get to say that though.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
do get to say
pretty
that.
cool.
That's what I'm saying. I believe in a certain level of exposure. It's like, what are
it's
you
needed.
worth? Like,
no
one was going to get paid for that gig no matter what. Nobody. No one.
See, I'm a
And we got to do it we got to see it for free. Not that I watched, but
yeah, I get you.
But your name was still there performing, so
I don't think anybody told anybody. I think we were just there kicking ass.
Nobody came up and talked to you.
Oh yeah. I guess that works. And that's another thing. Like that's another thing. I'm super outspoken, and I will literally talk to anyone. So if other people don't want to go out and do that, that's the people that are bitching. Like, I don't want exposure because they don't want to do the work to get the exposure.
Well,
or ask for the tips. Like, I don't like fucking.
I don't mind doing
for
work
tips,
for exposure
dude. I'm not a fucking stripper, dude. I'm a fire performer. I wish you would just throw money at me and all. Like, strippers don't even ask for tips, do they? I guess they do when they walk around afterwards, but it was back in the day. Yeah, it might have changed now.
So, fire spinning
is not synonymous with stripping.
You ever burnt yourself?
Yes. I actually lit my pants on fire on accident once. The very first Festival of Fire.
That's hot.
I performed. Not the first Festival of Fire, but the first one I performed at. But I jumped out of them, and it was a good reality check. But I've burnt myself, but I don't really use a lot of metal anymore.
Okay.
Mostly carbon fiber, silicone, and Kevlar.
What's some festivals you're wanting to, like, if you had your dream festivals that they're like, yo, let me pay you to,
I really want to see
or events. What are some events you want to?
$dollars on you.
I'd love to see Summer Camp bring back fire spinners. I'd love to see Electric Forest bring back fire spinners. I'd like to go and do some West Coast performances, like at music festivals, fresh faces I've never seen before. But I mean, like, I've walked through the winter workout, and because of shout out to Miss Fancy Pants that she made me, those pants she made me, people remember. There's that. I mean, I still like to think of myself as good, but they're like, there's that good ass fire spinner. I remember those pants. He's always
it gives you something to look at.
Exactly.
It's your brand
really
mark almost.
I like it. I think it's a good idea. I think everybody should shout out to Tiny Hat Company, THC. Everybody should get a tiny hat.
Littlest hat
to spin in.
I want a little Thrasher cap. I want them to make me one.
Dude, call up Lisa, man. Hit up Lisa Moon.
That'd be good. I'm going to have to do that because
write that down.
I would wear that.
Lisa Moon would probably be a good ass little sponsor for you guys, man. For real.
Yeah. We're one to and you gotta really
put those on the just an update. So if I ever become a producer, I'll be announcing things like this. I think Jessup has gone to use the restroom. Me and Johnny are going to talk a little one-sided business, so Johnny can act like it's his idea as he brings it to Jessup for a little boost, a little kick of enthusiasm.
No, but I think we both just want to get a bunch of people. Dayton has a lot to offer, and the areas around it, and creativity, and we want to get as much of that spread out as possible. Because
and you gotta, and if you don't want to just be a fucking money factory for it, you gotta make it each individual pitch or like each individual understand why you want that specific thing. Like, it's like, we're ain't out here because we don't like it. We're out here because we love it. We're going to get it out there.
Well, that's
but we also need some help, so we're trying to help you out.
Yeah. And we're all a part of.
Dude, are you going to get a Dustin Smith tattoo?
What is that?
What? You have Daydreamer on your face.
I don't know, Dustin.
Dustin Smith and the Daydreamers. Johnny Anderson has a Daydreamer tattoo on his face.
That's because I dissociate a lot. and I'm never here. I'm always somewhere else.
You
or like
have been
I'm in another room just
so
looking out of my
present
eyeballs.
for the last 3 hours.
I have been. I've been
Very
here.
engaging.
There's a lot of times
Very
though, that
recently,
I'm not.
you've been present.
Yeah.
I think you're on top of your game right now.
I am on top of my
Best
game right
I've
now
ever
in
seen you,
life.
dude.
If we were playing basketball, you would be on fire.
I'd
right
be
now.
Michael Jordan 95, 96. Right there at the cusp of Space
I'm
Jam.
psyched.
Name
Word.
one thing Jordan's better than LeBron at without saying 6 rings. I saw that as a meme the other day, and it really made me hate memes again.
It's all right. Tom Brady kisses his dad on the lips.
He kisses everyone on the lips.
I want to learn a sport so I can talk about it. Just
Dude,
enough
learn
that I
flow
can
arts. Learn juggling. Juggling is literally 90%
I can juggle.
talking
I can
about it, 10%
juggle.
trying.
I just like.
You want to go rock?
I don't know if
climbing
I-
with me.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
a
work.
little fun.
Yeah,
I
learn
do.
the handhold.
I feel like
Work.
I have upper body strength. Like
I'm about to
scared
peak
of
the
it.
crest, son.
You want to go rock climbing?
Tomorrow, Logie and I are supposed to go to the driving range.
Ooh,
Aw.
I might want to come smack some dingers.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
you.
Let's get tuned up. Maybe this weekend or next weekend, hit the old links. I haven't been to a golf course
I have
in
never
7
been.
years.
Never been.
Dude,
Is
it's
it?
so good. You'd have a great time with us.
It's just hitting the ball as hard and fast as you can.
And blazing and drinking
Dude.
and
Drive-
yelling.
Drive your car.
I would. I have plaid pants.
As
and
long as
everything.
you say
Perfect.
4 after everything, you can yell.
What?
But not like ridiculous, because you don't want people like bitching about you. But if you yell,
You don't-
cocks, fuck,
Yeah, you want to be.
Four.
As long as you
wanna
say
be
4.
professional.
They'll just duck.
You know, yeah.
I have this like thought in my head that I've never played golf because the first time that I hit a golf ball, it's gonna like blow
That's how I learned to
my
cuss,
life
dude.
apart, and I will become like Tiger Woods. Like I will be Lion Forest.
Okay, listen. Those dudes did steroids to hit the ball 330 yards. So if
I
you
will
hit
have
200,
That
we should be
swing I
happy.
did in the front yard. That's my golf swing.
Golf. Oh,
Yeah.
For all my floamies, Jessup took my wizard tricks practice staff and thought it was a golf club, and off came one of those yellow balls and
Didn't
about
warn me.
killed everyone.
I'm pointing like where I'm swinging. It's going to. If it would have went straight, luckily it came off and hit Johnny.
yeah.
But
I
it was
took
gonna-
one for the
It
team.
was gonna either hit a truck or a house window. Window.
Window. So
Wow.
what's Soul Tribe's next event?
Dude, even better. Soul Tribe, Adriana, Danny Rose, and Clarissa, we're all going up to see Treehouse and Tropodelic as a treat to ourselves this Saturday in Toledo. So that's going to be fun.
Very cool.
But
Very, very
starting this April 10th, next Wednesday, Soul Tribe is taking over the Wednesday night vibe sessions with the Soul Tribe Summer Series once a month at Hannah's. And we're going to be
Nice.
taking over and bringing in some premium stuff. This weekend,
And
we're
that's
starting
Hannah's
it-
downtown.
Yeah, Hannah's
on
shout out
Ludlow,
to-
right?
Actually,
I think it's on Ludlow.
is it on Ludlow? Yeah.
yeah.
You're
It's,
gonna be
Hannah's on
spinning it
Ludlow
there?
in between first and second. We are not going to be spinning. We have a show.
Oh, a show. Okay.
Yeah. Chris Hauser of the Works opening at 9 p.m. doing his solo thing. It's fucking
It's also
nice.
where a lot of base call events are held.
Yeah, baseball does a lot of melt your face
Hannah's has
Thursdays.
been good to us for a little bit now.
But we'll have Chris Hauser at 9 p.m. starting out. And then
Okay.
Zoo
Nice.
Trippin' comes on at
Very cool.
Day?
basically 10.
April 10th.
Yeah,
At Hannah's.
next Wednesday.
Okay. And this is going to be a thing you guys are doing every Wednesday or once a month?
Once
On
a month.
Wednesday?
Probably like the first. We're shooting for the first Wednesday of every month. I believe May 1st we have Gin Soaked Angels. They've
Oh,
gotten back
very,
together.
very
Hey, how
Yeah.
was that?
Excited
Did you go to
about
that
that.
JoJo Stella show that was down
No,
there?
but they're playing a lot. He's playing April 27th back down here. He's played a lot in Dayton recently.
Let's go to that.
Yeah, definitely gonna go.
I've always had something else to do. Actually, the December 8th, the show we threw with Drew Dill at home, JoJo Stella had a show at Peaches
Yeah.
Nice.
that night.
I haven't been to Peaches in a minute.
Yeah, same. Oh, alive.
What was I going to say?
Oh,
Whoa,
yeah.
where did
But
your
then,
eyes go? Whoa.
and I think the June 5th, the first week of June, our good friends. So the vibe session should have you shouldn't get it mixed up with the band The Vibe at all, because
Okay.
sometimes that happens.
What is the vibe session? What
The
are you
vibe session,
presenting with these
it's-
events?
It's Luke's Wednesday night vinyl guy. I think the guy comes in and spins vinyls.
Oh, very
Or
cool.
They used to have bands. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's like a jam. Bunch of old school folks,
Nice.
you know.
Nice.
Oh, I spilled Vide.
Taking it old school.
It's a nice little nice. But June 5th, The Vibe, our good friends Marcus Cornwell, Tom, Llama, Marcus's dad. They got some new horns in the band. I think they're taking over.
Hell yeah, dude.
June
I
5th.
love horns in the band.
Yeah.
Some
And then I'll be working on a July
brass.
3rd thing, I think. I'm going to do like a 4th of July little special. Hopefully, I'm not sure. Because 4th of July is on a Thursday this year.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know when it is.
It's a weekday, you know? It's a holiday on a weekday.
Yeah.
People party on that day, you know? National
sure.
holiday. Everything's closed. You know, you can't throw a show on July 4th. Everybody's downtown.
But you got the weekend after then, probably, right?
That first weekend in July, that's when I want to do the first Friday thing at Front Street. Shout out, Brett, if you're listening to this, hit me up. Or if you run Front Street or book things at Front Street or sell spaces at Front Street, get a hold of Ty Drumm. Ty Drumm on Facebook. And you can always search my name all over the internet. And you'll either get a mugshot or a place to find me to contact me about this stuff. So.
Sometimes one and the same.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. He has resided at this address.
So next show you guys are interested in hitting up? Have you
This
seen
Saturday.
anything?
I'll tell you what, the Works are playing as the Ohio All-Stars. So they're doing a jam for Elise. Elise Olmstead has cancer.
April
Okay.
30th
April 5th.
is Claypool and Lynn and Delirium. And I think Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm going to go try and see.
I'm going to see
next.
Lost Dog Street Band at the end of this month.
On
Little
April,
bluegrass group.
on April 20th down in Miami, they have like 5 of them.
Are we going to try to go to a show in Florida?
Yeah, because you guys will actually both be in Florida for separate
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah.
when you get back, that'll be a great fucking talk. We can have you on there, talk the
Yeah, it'll be
different
good.
sides.
Yeah, I'm going
I'm
to
always
Flame.
entertained by Florida
What are you
stories.
doing on the 20th?
I'm hanging out with you, dude.
Alright.
I mean, I expect if we're not on
I
the
just want-
beach
yeah, I wanna go
or
to the
with
beach,
her
yeah.
grandma, we'll be kicking it with you guys.
I wanna-
Who you going
I want
with?
to go hang out with their fucking
Your mom?
grandma.
Her grandma has like 9 dogs,
Trying to, ooh.
like little
Your granny
puppies.
trying to smoke some herbs. She's got the
Her dad
prescription. No, her granny's got the
Papa.
prescription for it.
I want to go to a
Strap my
beach.
eyes.
I want to go to a beach.
Hey man, just fucking.
Come with us.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't think.
You put it down, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna
Hey.
work out. But however, what else? We're doing the Cannabis Cup.
Cannabis.
When is
Cup,
that?
June
And what is that? And where is
8th
that?
and 9th.
I want to write that
You guys
down.
are making me want to go there, actually.
It's $30 for fucking 1-day ticket. 70.
And then, like, what? Did people give you stuff for free? Or you're gonna buy
A
it?
Cannabis Cup
yeah, you get.
You could just get a cup.
full of cans.
I'm gonna.
in a bus.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure you just walk around. I'm sure there's probably.
There's
I've
just all
never been. I'm sure
samples.
there's gonna be vendors there with samples and shit. Hey, come fucking smack our dad.
And-
Do you want some? Here, buy some. Right.
I
here.
hope that there's a
Kinda
dude
deal.
that's wasting weed with like a leaf blower. Just.
Yeah,
I want to be
Come
involved in
stand
that
front
like
of this. Take it to
tomfoolery.
the face.
We need to get snacks.
And where was this at again?
It's in. I don't know the town, but it's in Michigan.
shit.
It's
Is it Grand
from my
Rapids?
house.
Detroit?
From my house, it's.
Is it at
4
a?
hours.
Is it at a track? Is it a racetrack?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
might be a Michigan
Yeah.
Speedway.
They had like Ludacris.
It's gonna be a party. See, that's dude. Useful Jenkins times 2. Wookie
I just want to
Foot.
go because like I've
John Wayne the
always
Pain
wanted to
times
go.
2. That's the only thing I care about is Useful Jenkins, John Wayne, and Wookie Foot. That
What are you
weekend.
talking about?
Pyro.
Oh, you just
Same
started
weekend.
listing band names.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
He said Ludacris.
Ludacris was.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this here, and I'm gonna get this out right now before I see my dude Matt Rhodes this weekend. I want to say, listen, Mark Murphy from Wookie Foot and all of Wookie Foot, they are geniuses. Matt Rhodes and all of Tropodelic, you guys are geniuses.
I'll say as I didn't go to Shangri-La as a fan of Wookie Foot, never really listened to them, and I went back and I went, yeah, they're great live.
They're fantastic.
Yeah,
the
so
first
really
time I ever
people-
saw them, they changed my life,
They're pretty.
and I am in a
comfortable
cult.
in my soul.
But listen,
They're people who put in a lot of effort to their art form, and I really respect that.
well, the collaboration between Wookie Foot and Tropodelic that just dropped last week was painful
heard
to
that.
my heart.
Why?
Because they're 2 of the most creative, over-the-top production bands, and if you just heard the song, it doesn't sound like either one of them. It sounds like they tried to be a Wookiefoot song that fell short.
Well, I mean, Wookiefoot's what, 20-some years old? That's a lot of...
They did a collaboration with Sat Sang last year. They did a collaboration with Sat Sang last year that was the truth.
There's always a peak. There's always that forte.
It doesn't even sound like Tropodelic at all. It sounds like Matt Rhodes singing, but it's just weird. He repeats the hook 50% of the time. It's 50% hook and 50% verse.
That's because songs like that from bands like that are now made more for festivals and shows to have sung along versus actually putting out effort in creating something lyrically nice. In my opinion, it's not a sing along.
You need to hear it.
Okay,
you really
because that's my issue with some of those stuff.
If you
like
heard if I played you any 3 Wookiefoot songs, and any 3 Tropodelic songs, and then played you this, you would be confused if you'd never heard either band.
I'm curious. Send me that later because I'm definitely curious on that.
And I loved it to death. I just want I want to hear more. I want to hear either Wookiefoot take it and like produce it and remix it, or I want to hear Mark Murphy and Matt Rhodes and Young James get together and put out a freaking track that has their entire bands together playing songs that sound like them, because they're both reggae, hip hop, world music-y bands, and this is neither. It is like a
you have me curious on that.
Weird.
Because I do want and expect bands as they get older and progress to try new avenues, but if it's not going in the way it should, back away from it.
This. There's nothing new about it. Nothing about the way the song was arranged. There's nothing new about it, and
I have to hear it with my ears.
Yeah. So what are you music wise? I always ask this. What are you into right now? What is like
the works, dude?
Into the works
at the top of their game. Yeah, I really like they came out with a 3-song EP recently called Sonder, and all 3 songs are very good.
Okay.
One's like a just awesome jam rock song. One's like a disco song with words, and then the other one's kind of like a Pink Floyd-y, like dark driving.
I'll have to check those out. I like the words.
Driving jam.
They're not a group that I like follow necessarily, but like when I do hear stuff, I really enjoy them. They're great live.
Yeah, we've seen them a lot this year, and they're at the top of their game right now. They're doing very well. I'm very excited for the workout. I'm very excited about that. I was into Big Something a bunch. I was really rocking Big Something for the last like year. They're from North Carolina. They're like a 6-piece. I don't want to call it Southern rock band.
6-piece cunty band.
Yeah, 6-piece Southern rock band almost, but like jammy. There's saxophone and
kind of like Frog Leg.
EWL.
I fuck Frog Leg.
Yeah,
so hard,
you would
dude.
love Big Something then. Frog Leg. Shout out Minnesota. Shout out to everyone that comes from Harmony Park. Wookiefoot, John Wayne the Pain, Frog Leg.
A friend of mine was trying to show me another band and accidentally showed me them. And then he's like, "Oh, this isn't the band." I was like, "But wait, this song fucking kills it."
I saw them a couple years ago at Shang.
Yeah, I finally saw them and like, they're.
So you knew who they were coming in.
Yeah, they were literally one of Marvin took me, and one of his things was like, "Dude, Frog Leg's gonna be there," and I was like, "I'm in, hell yeah."
We're loving Dirtwire right now.
Dirtwire is
David Santori's side project from Beats Antique. I really liked STS9 at Residence last year. I enjoyed the
like
Disco Biscuits set.
Man, I love watching them play.
Yeah, they're good. It's good. I've been getting into. I've been listening to a lot of like old rap music from my past.
Like
from
what genre rap?
Like swag rap, son. Like
some Lil Wayne.
Oh man,
Soulja Boy.
No Ceilings.
Birdman
is the best mixtape I ever fell across as a child. No Ceilings was great. He tore that shit up. But I love like My Hood. Do It For My Hood by Young Jeezy.
I got you.
Old Gucci Man, Gucci Man, and Young Dro. Paul Wall. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Paul Wall. Slim Thug.
Hell yeah.
Still Tipping. What did we listen to the other day? That was Paul Wall. The one about his mouth. They're all about his mouth.
Got fucking diamonds in it.
Man, dude.
Grill. I want a grill. Like I think that's something I'm gonna say.
You guys have a theme song, don't you? Who does that song? Did you do that, Jessa?
Which one?
Don't you have an entrance song?
Yeah, that's Matt Works.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shout out to that.
It was more.
I want to be a rock star.
Yeah.
When you guys get famous enough that all your musician friends start listening, you should have weekly. We'll feature your song as. The opening or like closing contest. Have people produce a little track.
Have it play for like a month or so. Hey, listen to this song. It's at the beginning end of us.
No. It'll be a theme song about. Yeah, it'll be a theme song about you. like Two Fun Guys, which is a great podcast name.
Guys.
I can just say
He's in a
2-FG.
podcast.
Do you think you could get in a festival that says I sell 2FG?
What?
2-FG, like 2CB.
I've been wanting
That
to
sounds sketchy.
make something out of wood, and so I would
Hey, I
make
work with wood.
like a wood case, like a suitcase almost, but it would be like a real quick, like a flick design where it comes out as like a nice small little little table.
Like a portable table.
Yeah, like a
I like
portable
it.
I like
picnic
that.
Dude, they
table
make
almost.
pants
and
that-
then
Hey, we sell pants. Shout out to Miss Fancy
and bring
Pants.
a little microphone just so I can.
I like it.
podcast
You're a
where
portable podcast.
go to a fucking festival.
So, like,
just,
to change my mind
Here
guy.
I am.
I like it, dude.
I'm about to see this fucking baller
this
show.
happen. Make
I'm
this
not. You're
happen.
not. I'm gonna turn it off when they start playing because I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah,
here
yeah.
I
Some of
am.
them you can't record at, but some of them you can record at. Like hippie. That's why I love independent music festivals. It's usually they don't care if you put that shit online. They want you to.
Yeah.
They want to get that out.
Exposure.
It's free exposure. Exposure's only good if you don't have to pay for it. It's not good if you get it as paid, right? No, because if it's free,
Okay, fine.
if
Okay.
exposure is
natural,
free,
then it means
you
you're
usually
good.
have to pay for exposure.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. Like I have to pay for advertising. If I'm already gonna be
Oh
at the
my God,
fucking
I
workout,
saw the best advertising down in Cincinnati.
What?
just pay me.
Driving around this corner and there's this huge billboard of these two fucking rappers and they're both standing like this and
Uh-huh.
it had their Instagram huge, like the letters are probably as tall as me, but their entire Instagram. I've never seen that before in my life.
That's the smartest way to clean drug
It's
money.
like I drive past that shit every day. And I was like,
You just
dude,
look
that-
up. They're all cross-armed
Dude,
then,
yeah,
and
they're
like
serious,
so, like
like,
typical. That's
I
great.
love it. I was just like, man, that's probably the coolest.
We need a
like,
billboard.
yeah, I was like, this is the coolest advertisement I've ever. How much did that cost them? How much are they paying for it?
Shout out to the
fucking
dude with the
balling.
trees, though. You know who you are.
Shout out to the trees.
I didn't want to tell you that I was going to smoke this on the podcast because I didn't want you to get that excited. Oxygen.
Let me see. So, who are some people you would like to give an actual shout out to? Like, and again, express what Soul Tribe is, what you do, what you're looking to do, and how people can find you.
Repeat myself.
Yeah, just give a nice little like a closing statement on your what it is to be Ty.
Yeah, where you at? Where we can find your final things?
Well, Soul Tribe Promotion, Ty Drumm, Adriana Sunshine Fisher. Shout out.
She also does really rad paintings,
Of course, look up Zoo Trippin'.
and they have Facebook. I would assume. Do they have YouTube stuff? Or,
Yes.
SoundCloud or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Look up The Works. Everybody should love them.
WE.
WERKS.
I'm
Dr.
tapping it.
Octopus Fingers.
I don't know, man. He's a low key.
He is underground right now. And everybody come out to the show next Wednesday, April 10th.
What's the cost and
$5. It's gonna be $5 all summer when it's a Soul Tribe event. Hannah's on Wednesdays.
Okay. And Hannah's is, I believe, it's on Ludlow. It's on like
Yeah,
Ludlow,
it's in
Ludlow
between
and Second.
first and second.
Yeah.
Or second,
In downtown
third.
Dayton.
Second, and third. Yeah,
Definitely.
downtown Dayton.
Very nice bar. I'll definitely check
Go
out that
get
bar.
food.
Nice little venue. Yeah, they do. They
lunch,
have really
dinner,
good
sandwiches.
wraps and
Wraps.
whatnot.
Bro, their fucking quesadilla that I've had there is fucking off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've never had I had some wrap thing, and it was
Every time I
It's
got
fire.
pretty drunk though.
yeah.
So it was even more better though.
That's well. See, it's right by my house, so I just walk back and forth. I like it.
Well,
I was
I'm
gonna
trying
see-
to think if
I was gonna
there's
see if
anybody
you
else.
wanted to come out the other day. I was on my way, but couldn't get a hold of you, mate. You didn't have a fucking phone.
No phone.
No phone, Johnny, right now, boys.
Yeah, I know.
One day
I
you should
know.
just do
Yeah,
podcasts and all the Cockney
It's
and
been-
British shit.
It's been liberating, kind of not having a phone. I realize how much I'm on my phone.
Well, do
like
you do-
every fucking
do
3
you
seconds,
do
I'm
current
checking.
events on here? That would really handcuff you from current events.
What it does, but at the same time, like I don't know, man. I have other things to talk about. What?
check
What?
this
It's
out. This is
no,
my favorite
yeah.
thing about this.
Actually, speaking of a current event, I want to know about this person that we were going to talk about that got jail or something. McNeely or Neil or am I?
Well, yeah, where's all the stuff you wrote
What is
down?
it?
Where's all this good stuff? We're running out of time, and I don't want to miss it.
Fucking.
You were talking about all these things that we couldn't talk about all day.
I don't even remember.
No,
We fucking blazed all day before we even got here.
I ruined this. I
No,
ruined
so yeah,
it.
you sabotage your own thing. Nipsey? Was it Nipsey Hussle?
That's you should have drank the bang.
I just
What
was it
bang?
Was
Yeah,
it
what the hell is up
Nipsey
with everybody in these
Hussle?
bangs?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know that dude was only 33.
No,
He looked like
like-
that, and he's
I
only
didn't- yeah,
33.
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, I
Try
didn't know
this.
anything about him. I know he was.
How do I open
You
this?
just drink it,
No, it's just
squeeze it.
drinking like that. Yeah.
Dude, I heard that go down your throat, dude.
What is he drinking?
It tasted like a carbonated juice.
It's cherry limeade
Okay.
with nootropics and 300 milligrams of caffeine.
And it get you all lit.
Dude, it's freaking
Oh, no,
uncomfortable.
lit.
Honestly,
You
Yeah.
always have them. Bang.
yeah. Jessup
That's
drinks
not
whole
bad.
ones. I don't know how. What?
You know,
Drink it again.
I got to experience a pretty crazy feeling the other day whenever there was
Like,
a Gambino.
Fact checked it for me.
There was a Gambino family member that got killed, and I guess he was like the head of it. And so it was a mob boss killing, and it's
Oh.
been the first in like 30 years. And I thought that was over. I was like, we'll never see mob boss because I've always
That's
been a fan.
weird.
I've always been a fan of like watching
People hold
mobster
grudges,
movies,
you
and
know.
I was like, that shit's crazy. We'll never fucking witness that again. And somebody fucking killed Frankie Boy Cali.
See, I don't know that
Shot
name,
in
but that's like
I had to do a little research, find out everything about it, see who it was, and I was like, dude, I got to experience that. I didn't think I was gonna get to experience that, but
oh yeah. Explain this dude though.
I don't know. He said he fucking knew
Do you
shit
know?
about him.
This
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, what is this?
I have nothing. I have no idea about him. don't
I just
who
know
he
he's
is as
in
a
the-
person.
You
I
fucking
knew
read this up,
what
man.
Yeah, I
all I
was
knew is what I
stoked to
read.
learn.
Yeah, you
He,
fucking
well, no,
read it.
listen.
All right.
What I know of him is what I've learned from whatever media sources I've seen on.
Fake news.
Well, the video shows him getting shot and two dudes run away from him in the middle of the day outside of his
And then
store
they kicked
that
him
he
in the
owns.
face.
Yeah.
After they shot him again.
So
Oh.
yeah, he got shot like
Crazy.
6 times. But conspiracy theorist people are saying that he was about to release a documentary about a doctor from Africa, somewhere in Africa, that has basically cured AIDS and cancer and all kinds
so
of
Big
shit.
Farm
Who had been
This
killed?
is a
Yeah,
Big Farm.
he said that Big Pharma killed him.
Eerie.
Yeah, that's all I know.
It's just gonna.
No, see, I've seen some things because I've gotten on like my brother's phone or like my tablet for a second and like saw some things, but didn't have time.
But he looked
to,
old
like,
as
dig into
fuck,
it.
so I thought he was like an old rapper from back in the day, and he's only 33, and he looks like he works at Denny's. He looks like he works at Denny's.
Don't know much about him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huge impact on everyone.
Shout out to Theo Von too. If you don't listen, if you listen to stand up comedy and don't know who Theo Von is, go look at this guy, dude. He is a train
Funny.
wreck.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
this stuff is very funny.
Did you
He
see
made me
there's a
want real
fresh,
sound.
Fresh Prince movie coming out.
No,
Yeah. I
you
think
have
it
to
looks
look up.
intriguing.
Yeah, I like it. It looks pretty.
is it have what's his name in it? Will
You know, he's
Smith?
a producer.
I don't know. He might. Is he?
Yeah, he might cameo in
Yeah, he
it.
might pop in later.
but
on
it's-
that.
What are you doing there?
It's a drama.
reaching out there. You the needy.
Sorry, no, just freaking out. I watched fucking. I guess in the new Trailer Park Boys.
The cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is it good?
I thought it wasn't gonna be,
Yeah.
and then I watched it and I was like,
actually-
I'm entertained.
I actually watched the first and second and third season for the first time like last month, and like it made me cherish it way more because I haven't seen him. I haven't seen anything since like he died,
Yeah,
and so
the only ones that bother me are the ones that they're in like Europe or they're like traveling around the USA and it's just the three of them. It's funny. It's better when you have the whole cast.
Yeah.
Did you watch
not
the
a big fan of it.
Happy Fun Time Hour and on Drugs show or Happy and on Drugs show?
yeah, with him.
Yeah, it's
that's
weird, dude. It is so weird.
Is that the animated one?
No, they're just it's a whole nother show, but they're all in like costumes and it's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's fucking weird.
What's weird is
It's almost
they
like,
just made that stupid ass sound with one microphone. There probably wasn't even a filter on his voice.
Who?
Darth Vader, James Earl Jones. I got this shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
we're
it.
back from the break. We had to cut there. The aliens just came in and
You
fucking
just went
tore
off-
this place
Off
up,
tangent.
dude.
You're like,
Turned it
whoa.
up.
No, that's creative cinema right there.
Yeah, dude.
Or not cinema, creative radio.
Yeah, it's like
We can
surreal.
you-
This is a surreal
Can you-
podcast.
can
It doesn't
you
have to
animate
make
it for
sense.
us?
Yeah, dude. So one of these days we should just walk in here and start reading from a book for 30
I'll
minutes.
fucking read up. You guys want to read a play?
Is that plagiarism? Can you do that?
I don't.
Can you
I don't know how
plagiarize
those
an
things work.
audiobook like that?
Not if
We should
just
look
say
that
you're
up.
like a cover author.
A cover
Like cover
performance?
bands do that shit. They play other
Today
people's
we
stuff.
appreciate Beowulf.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
reading Bale.
All right, what else you got over there?
Oh man.
Remember
Is
Redwall
it
Abbey.
Gucci or Coochie?
Gucci.
You know?
Coochie. I say coochie.
Yeah,
Coo.
Gucci.
Like with a C.
No, it's
With a C?
Gucci, dude. Gucci.
Gucci.
Is it Gucci?
Yeah.
Gucci.
Coochie to your
I say
kid, dude.
Coochie.
Cause
You tickle your kid while saying coochie. Is that what you're gonna do?
I don't know. I'm not
No,
gonna.
I'm not
gonna
do
have
that.
kids.
Yeah, dude.
But
So I saw the
I did
crazy.
it. I did it to Andrew. I was like Gucci. She's like, or I said Gucci Goo, and she's like, it's Coochie. Kid.
I say
And
Coochie.
And I was just like, I swear.
Maybe in Florida.
Gucci.
Hey,
I don't know.
Gucci Goo, come here.
What
here,
is
let me get
Gucci
them
goo?
I don't know. I think of like
Like
Gucci Man doing it. Like,
Gooch. Goo goo gaga.
come here, bring them cheeks, Gooch.
Actually, Coochie and Gooch have been ruined for me as an adult. So
Yeah, it happens, you know.
Have they?
Yeah.
Gucci's not the real
What?
Gucci.
I like
He's a
Gucci.
robot.
Gooch.
That's
No,
AI
Gooch.
right
I prefer Louis Vuitton.
there. Yeah. Oh, he. You know.
that
Alright,
dude's
so
tight.
designer.
dude.
So check this out. I was thinking of robot.
Is Louis Vuitton dead?
Disney World bought out the Alien and Predator movies, and then they
I
bought
didn't know
out
that.
Fox.
So they own everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on the way. So I feel like here soon, once they own literally everything, I feel like Walt Disney is just gonna be his head's
gonna be come back.
on a robot. Though.
He's the
He's just
first
gonna step
Futurama.
out. Yeah, and then
That's definitely some
that's our
Futurama
hero.
shit.
That's funny.
I was like, they're taking fucking over everything.
Disney is taking
I
over
think it's. I
everything.
think they're doing it to force people to maybe be original for once in their fucking lives, and they're
Disney's
just
not
gonna put
original,
everything in the vault like they do Disney movies. What if they did that? What if they said, "Oh, you love this Marvel's Endgame vault"?
I'm not a
nigga.
big Marvel fan in
You'll
general.
never
Dude,
see
so
it
all those are
again.
just like
You should sign
I'll
up to
watch
be
them.
the guy that wants to watch them all front to back for like
I would do that.
$100,000.
I love watching things,
There's 15,
sitting down and binge watching
there's
things.
15 movies.
It's 15
It's gonna
G's,
take
Is it really in that?
28 hours,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've wasted
Straight
28 hours doing
on it.
stupider
Yeah.
shit. So,
right? They didn't
Yeah.
say you couldn't use performance enhancing drugs.
oh, I'm performance enhancing the entire.
Inject
way through.
steroids and just fucking.
Not those kind. Adderall is still a performance enhancing drug. It
I'm
actually
smoking
makes you hit a
PCP
ball.
the entire time, guy. I don't know what
That
you're
sounds
talking about.
scary.
Just if you're locking me in a dark room, leave him be for 24 hours.
All right, I gotta use those.
Oh, okay.
No, I gotta go, dude. We'll go together. We'll be right back.
But anyway,
Okay.
15 minutes.
So how's your day been?
Terrible, actually. I took a nap. I was so
know.
excited about this. I woke up at 7:30 in the morning to my cat being a freaking terrible cat.
Get a cat, man.
Huh?
We need to get a cat.
You want
Like
one,
little
dude? We
tiny-
got 6.
I have to come and look at. Oh, I want that fucking that big one, the
Luna.
big fluffy one.
That's
I want-
Hacker's cat.
Nope, I
Speaking
want
of
that
Hacker,
one.
I said all day I was going to come in here and just talk mad shit about my roommates, but I didn't at all. I should have, dude. You guys are all trash. Nah, I love you guys. Obviously, I wouldn't let you stay.
Well, I'm gonna take your fucking cat.
The house
Start
better be
with
clean,
That
you
thing
scumbags.
was. We got. I saw this.
Well, if Hacker ever abandons him, he's yours. Because I fucking
I'm
hate
just
him.
gonna fucking take him before that even happens. I'm dropping, or I'm gonna slide back to your house, and I'm gonna slide in, and I'm gonna just shove him right up my shirt.
That's a
So
good
I'm gonna
call.
skiddly dip, and then
Skiddly
y'all guys
dip
are not
out.
gonna say anything, cause I'll fucking come cut you.
Slice and dice, bro.
Snitches get stitches, bitch. I'm just kidding. I love you, man.
No,
I'll never do that, or would I?
no, we have a spin jam coming up on May
Come
1st,
swim in
right?
my
May
backyard.
1st? May 1st. Spin jam at Kai Yoga in Fairborn.
Where's
Look
that
it
at?
up. It's like right on Main Street, basically. It's like downtown. Look up Kai Yoga in Fairborn, downtown Fairborn, right by
Is
Foy's.
it a park? Is it a
It's a yoga studio.
a yoga studio?
Upstairs, I believe. But AJ just went to meet with the lady that
And it's locked. It's locked in there. You guys are doing it 100%.
100.
Boom.
I need to
Boom.
stretch more.
$5
I've been stretching
donation at the
more,
door
man.
to cover
Every
the
morning,
rental.
I was like, come on, stop.
We're not
being a
doing
bitch.
yoga,
Just
though.
get
Well,
up and
some people
fucking
do
stretch,
yoga.
you know?
We're gonna juggle.
Every morning now.
Yeah, dude, come to juggling club, dude.
My back hurts all the time, so I gotta stretch more.
Don't nod and not come. That'd be rude.
No, I'm down.
I hope so.
But
everybody learn
closing
learn to
closing statements.
closing statements. I've had a wonderful time.
Yeah, thank you for
so
coming
much.
on.
I can't wait
It was
for
good
the
to have
next
you
one.
here talking about Soul Tribe, all of that.
Yeah.
It was very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
I love
Look us
having,
up.
I love having my
We'll have
friends
you
and
back.
homies on here.
We'll have you back here
And
soon.
everybody, we're open to do your private party if you have way too much money and can't figure out what to do it. We will book the whole thing for you. We'll figure the
So if
budget
you have
out.
money to spend, Soul Tribe it up.
Yeah, dude. If you got money to spend, why are you bothering with taking care of everything?
Oh, God.
Hire someone else to do it that has experience. Get her done. Actually, I can't say that contractually. Probably it's trademark.
No.
So
Yeah.
Fucking
edit that. Get her done out. Edit that one
No,
out.
dude. God damn it. You failed editing it out.
All right. Well, make sure to follow and like us on our Facebook, which is, what is it?
Two fun guys, right?
Yeah, Two Fun
Is there a
Guys.
dash?
And we have a SoundCloud as
and
well.
on our SoundCloud, yeah, you can follow us there too. That'll
Soon to be YouTube,
Thank you,
hopefully.
thank you for everyone that's been following us on
Yeah,
our Facebook.
absolute. Thank you,
We
guys.
appreciate that.
Awesome.
Sorry for the delay on this. Sometimes life.
We're gonna have a better
and-
debate. Let's
Sometimes
have a
life gets in the way.
hardcore
Yeah,
7-minute
Sometimes it gets
debate.
in the way. But you know what? Tomorrow, you know what's awesome is like we live in the newest future. Tomorrow's gonna be the newest future tomorrow, boys.
Yeah.
I can't wait for next week. It's gonna be fucking very tight.
It's all gonna
Why?
be good.
What's next week?
It's all gonna be good.
We're gonna do another podcast.
Oh. Then we're going to Georgia and Florida.
Yeah, then we're gonna Florida. If anybody's
Yeah,
gonna
those
go
are
to
gonna be some
Florida,
good ones coming back.
April.
We're gonna have some good stories.
April, when you leaving?
I'm leaving April 11th and then
I'm
coming
leaving
back sometime
18th.
later. I'm super excited about that. We're gonna do a podcast with
I'll be
Jessup.
down there. Yeah,
Soul Tribe's gonna do a
try to
podcast
do
with Jessup
a
down
beachside
there.
podcast.
That's gonna be dope. Hopefully at a bar.
Call me. I wanna be like
That'd be dope.
Yeah, put
I'll
it
bring the
down next to
laptop.
it. That'd
That's a
be
good
cool.
idea.
That'd be
coming in
cool.
from Ohio. Would
Can
be
we just
good.
record that on like a digital recording device and then bring it in?
I'm
and
pretty
have
sure
it?
we can. Yeah. That'd be no
Uh,
problem. Well,
All right. Well,
boys.
thank you guys for
Thanks.
listening.
Thanks, Ty,
Squad.
Johnny.
Yeah. Until
I'll
next
see you
week.
time. See you guys. Thank you. Bye.
I'ma die like a rock star.